Have you ever struggled with pronunciation and felt like you just can't get those tricky sounds right? You're not alone. Pronunciation challenges are a common hurdle in learning any language. It's not just about being understood, it's about connecting and feeling confident in your speech. Whether it's the rolling ARs in Spanish, the tonal nature of Chinese, or the vowel sounds in English, mastering pronunciation can truly transform your language learning experience. Stick around to discover practical steps to drastically improve your pronunciation, no matter the language. Improving pronunciation begins with a critical skill: listening. It's the first and most essential step in your journey to speak like a native. You see, listening is not a passive activity. It's your active engagement with the language that makes all the difference. Now, how do we do this? Immerse yourself in the language. Podcasts, movies, and audiobooks are excellent resources. The goal here is not just to understand, but to observe the nuances of the language. Pay close attention to the rhythm, the intonation, and the stress patterns. Notice how the rhythm of a language is like its unique heartbeat, steady and consistent. Intonation, on the other hand, is the melody, the rise and fall of the voice. Stress patterns are the emphasis on certain syllables. All these elements combined give a language its distinct sound. Remember, the more you listen, the better you'll mimic accurate pronunciation. Now let's break those sounds down. Understanding pronunciation isn't just about mimicking sounds, it's about knowing the mechanics behind them. This is where phonetics, the study of speech sounds and their production, comes into play. Phonetics helps us dissect words into smaller, more manageable parts, making it easier to practice and perfect each element of pronunciation. Let's start by recognizing that every sound in a language has a unique place and manner of articulation. For instance, the difference between the sound of a P and a B might seem subtle, but it's all about the use of the vocal cords. P is what we call a voiceless bilabial stop, produced without vocal cord vibration, just air passing through the lips. On the other hand, B is a voiced bilabial stop, using the same lip position but with vocal cord vibration. To master these nuances, it's beneficial to tap into online resources or apps that focus on phonetics. These tools often provide visual and auditory examples of sounds, which can be immensely helpful. They allow you to hear the correct pronunciation, see how your mouth should be positioned, and then practice replicating the sound yourself. By breaking down words into phonetic components and practicing each sound individually, you can gradually improve your pronunciation. Start with sounds that are particularly challenging for you, and use these phonetic insights to refine your articulation. With practice, those complex sounds will start to feel more natural. Ready to practice? Here's how you can make it effective. When it comes to mastering any skill, the old adage holds true: practice makes perfect. Pronunciation is no exception. The cornerstone of improving your pronunciation lies in regular practice and repetition. Each time you practice, you carve a little deeper into the memory banks of your brain, helping sounds and patterns become second nature. Now let's dive into some tried and true methods to sharpen your pronunciation skills. First up, tongue twisters. These playful phrases not only break the monotony of traditional practice, but also challenge your mouth to articulate new complex combinations of sounds. Try saying, "She sells seashells by the seashore," faster and faster. It's not just a fun challenge. It trains your mouth muscles to produce sounds that aren't native to your tongue. Next, reading aloud. This is a powerful tool because it forces you to slow down and pronounce each word with clarity. Grab a book, an article, or even a manual and read it aloud. Listen to the rhythm, the intonation, and where the stresses fall in each sentence. This exercise will help you not only with pronunciation, but with fluency and intonation as well. Shadowing is another effective technique. This involves playing a piece of spoken language and attempting to mimic it in real time. It could be a podcast, a speech, or a dialogue from a movie. As you shadow, you're not just learning to pronounce words correctly, you're also absorbing the musicality and rhythm of the language. Recording your own speech can be a revelation. It allows you to hear yourself as others hear you. Record your practice sessions, and then play them back. Identify areas where your pronunciation might be off, and try to adjust. This self-evaluation is crucial for making tangible progress. Remember, the key to success in pronunciation or any other skill is consistency. The more you practice, the more adept you become. Consistency is key. The more you practice, the more adept you become. Feedback is your best friend when it comes to learning pronunciation. Imagine speaking a new language flawlessly, rolling your R's and hitting the hard T's, all because you dared to ask, "How do I sound?" This scenario isn't just a dream, it's a realistic goal, achievable through the magic of feedback from those who know the language best, native speakers. Why native speakers? Well, they bring an intuitive understanding of subtle nuances and rhythms of their language that textbooks and apps can't fully capture. Engaging with them can provide insights that are both profound and practical. So, how does one connect with these linguistic gold mines? Language meetups are a brilliant start. These gatherings are melting pots of culture and language where people are eager to share and learn. It's interaction in its most organic form. Alternatively, the digital world offers language exchange apps. These platforms connect you with native speakers across the globe at the tap of a button. Whether it's through text, voice messages, or video calls, each interaction is a step toward pronunciation perfection. And let's not overlook online speaking classes. Designed with structure and progression in mind, these classes offer personalized guidance. Constructive criticism from experienced instructors can pinpoint specific areas of improvement, transforming potential weaknesses into strengths. Embrace feedback and use it to refine your pronunciation skills. Harness the power of technology to aid your pronunciation journey. In the digital age, we have a wide array of tools and technologies at our disposal that can help us improve our pronunciation. These include various apps and software that specialize in language learning and pronunciation. They use cutting-edge technology like speech recognition and real-time interactive feedback to help you master the sounds of a language. For example, there are apps that can listen to your pronunciation and give you immediate feedback on how accurate it is. They'll highlight the sounds you're struggling with and provide you with exercises to improve them. Some software even offers visual aids, showing you how to position your tongue and lips to make those tricky sounds. And let's not forget about online language exchange platforms. These platforms connect you with native speakers of the language you're learning. You can practice speaking with them, and they can correct your pronunciation in real time. It's like having a personal language tutor. There are also many online dictionaries that include audio clips of words pronounced by native speakers. This can be a great tool for hearing how a word should sound. Remember, though, not to rely solely on these tools. They are to complement your learning, not replace the real-world practice and feedback. In conclusion, technology offers a plethora of options to aid in your pronunciation journey. Whether it's an app, software, or an online platform, there's bound to be a tool that suits your learning style and needs. Technology can be a powerful ally in your quest for perfect pronunciation. We've covered a lot today, but remember, the journey to perfect pronunciation is a rewarding one. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned and the path that lies ahead. First, we discovered the importance of listening. Tuning in to the sounds of a language, its rhythm, and its intonations is the first step towards better pronunciation. It's like a musician learning a new song. They have to listen to it carefully before they can play it. Next, we discussed breaking down sounds. Every language is made up of unique sounds and phonetics. Understanding these building blocks allows you to more accurately mimic and produce them. Remember, it's not just about the individual sounds, but also how they blend together to form words. Our third key point was about the power of practice. Just as a dancer practices their steps, or a painter their strokes, so must we practice our pronunciation. Consistency is crucial here. The more you practice, the more natural the sounds will become, and the easier they'll flow. Seeking feedback was our fourth major point. Don't be shy about asking others to listen to your pronunciation and offer constructive criticism. Feedback is a precious tool that can help us identify and correct our mistakes. Remember, it's not a sign of failure. It's a sign of progress. Lastly, we discussed the use of tools and technology. From mobile apps to online pronunciation guides, technology can provide invaluable resources to aid in your pronunciation journey. It can offer instant feedback, diverse practice materials, and the convenience of learning anytime, anywhere. But above all, remember that learning is a journey, not a destination. Don't get discouraged by setbacks or challenges. They are part of the process. Instead, enjoy the experience. Revel in the joy of learning, of growing, of communicating in a new way. Remember, every step you take improves your pronunciation, bringing you closer to mastering your new language. Start today and hear the difference.